Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for your Chelsea news video here the morning of match day. And unfortunately, I've got to start today's video with an incredibly somber tone because this is the latest and what happened last night. Chelsea Football Club has released the following update regarding Levi Colwill. Defender Levi Colwill has today undergone successful surgery to an anterior cruciate ligament injury. The 22-year-old had reported back to Cobham for pre-season at the start of this week before unfortunately sustaining the injury in training. Medical assessments confirmed surgery would be the required course of action. Levi will now begin his recovery and be supported by the club's medical department at Cobham during his rehabilitation phase. So, first of all, this is a bit of a disaster for Chelsea, but also I want to just say here, Levi Colwill, in the last few months, has become that world-class looking centre-half that I always believed he was going to become. Levi Colwill, in recent months, the leadership that he exuded every time he was out there on the field, the way that he would speak in the media with a swagger, with a confidence, with a determination to put Chelsea back on a pedestal. And I tell you what, Levi's form at the end of last season, be it in the Premier League, in the Conference League, in flipping everywhere he went, World Cup, absolutely fantastic. The man was a machine, a Rolls Royce of a defender at the back for Chelsea. And after watching him come up through the academy, looking at him, seeing how highly he was rated by everybody at Chelsea, John Terry waxing lyrical about him, ex-managers for Chelsea always saying that's a serious player there. Liverpool wanting him, but Levi always said he wanted to stay, remain, and be a defender and start for Chelsea. And I think Levi Colwill, if anything were ever to happen and Reece James were to leave, which I pray he doesn't, I love the bloke, but Levi Colwill's a future Chelsea captain. And I'm absolutely gutted for him that he's not going to be available for us this season. And look, successful surgery, which is exactly what it says here, this is a positive. Because if it was unsuccessful surgery, then we're keeping our heads in our hands for a very long time. But look, hopefully Levi Colwill recovers. But unfortunately for him, Thomas Tuchel's a manager of England. It's a World Cup year. And even if he recovers quickly, I don't see realistically Levi Colwill getting back on the pitch this season and being at a level of fitness that is ready to go for a title run in hopefully for Chelsea and to go to the World Cup for Thomas Tuchel's England team. This is horrifying. And apparently it was during the first training session back that Levi Colwill suffered this injury. So I'm absolutely gutted for the lad. Like completely gutted. And as much as obviously right now everyone's thinking like, oh, well, we're not going to win the league anymore. Like we need to buy another centre-back now. I'm going to talk about that in this video. But I just wanted to say here again, just to reiterate, what a defender. What a player. And unfortunately, I was looking at Chelsea's defence and seeing Colwill and Bastoni out for these friendlies was like, well, okay, maybe we do need to sign a centre-back. Well, now we very much might need to sign a centre-back. And I want to go into the options. I want to talk about players that we could sign. I want to talk about Yorel Hato because this could really change the landscape of where he plays at Chelsea and how he's seen moving forward from Enzo Maresca. But I just want to throw a couple of combinations out there first of all. I think Tosin and Chalobah could be a great partnership. I think Tosin or Chalobah with Yorel Hato potentially at left centre-back could be a good partnership. Wesley Fofana, we know how great he is. But that injury record does not fill me with confidence. And to be quite honest, I don't think it can fill me with confidence because he's been out injured so often. So if you take Fofana out, which obviously we don't want to premeditate the idea of injuries, but being realistic, Levi's out for the whole season. Wesley Fofana, can we trust him to be there for the whole season? I can't say that with any real authority and integrity right now. I'd love it to be true because Wesley's a quality footballer. But it leaves Chelsea right now with 8 options, which sounds crazy. And I know what rival fans will be saying. Don't worry about it. You've already bought half the world, so you should be all right, boys. Well, we've got these players. We've got Tosin, Fofana, Chalobah, Josh Achampong, Bastoni, Yorel Hato, Renato Vega, and Anselmino. First of all, Anselmino's too young. We're going to try and loan him out. Renato Vega isn't even on the Chelsea squad list on the website right now. We've been looking to sell him all summer for 35 million quid. Yes, I know what you're saying. Can see you typing it now. I spoke to people in the chat at the live stream last night. And we're saying, yeah, Renato Vega wants to be a centre-back, so maybe this is where he gets his chance. Well, I think Chelsea have already nailed the flag to the mast here. We're looking to sell Vega this summer. We nearly sold him to Atletico. There's Saudi interest. Who knows? Maybe we open the door for him again. Maybe it's too late, though. You've also got Yorel Hato, who I know people are going to say, well, this is what we bought him for. This is why we needed him. Back up for Colwill, back up for Cucurella. But he's 19 years old. Yes, he's been playing in the Eredivisie. Yes, he looks brilliant. Yes, people are saying he's the second coming of Virgil van Dijk. And best believe, I'm very excited about Yorel Hato. But we're talking here about a player that was probably going to start 38 games next season for Chelsea if he was staying fit all season, Levi Colwill. I think he's that important to Chelsea's defence. I think he's that good now that he's back playing at that. Oh, this is heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Bastoni Acl, he's already injured right now. And the drop-off from him, I want to be challenging for the league, so I can't say I'm confident here. You've got Tosin, Fofana, Chalobah. Really solid centre-backs if they can all stay fit. Tosin and Chalobah, pretty confident with those. The big name here that I'm going to put into the hat is Josh Achampong, because Chelsea aren't looking to sell him. There's been interest from Bournemouth. This could be the time to really trust one of your own, to really trust the way that we trusted in Levi Colwill when he was making that Chelsea breakthrough those years ago. I think Josh Achampong could play a huge role this season, whether it is maybe as a left centre-half or maybe you move Tosin over there or Chalobah over there and then Josh could be playing or debutanting, if that's the right word. That's bloody not, is it? That was awful English from me. In the right centre-back position. Now, going into the friendlies here, obviously I'm going to talk about should we sign players, what should we do with the money in a second. Let's get to that in a minute. But I want to see Achampong playing at centre-back here during these friendlies because as much as we might say, right, that's it, we're buying a centre-back now, I also think this is the perfect time to try and look at Josh, see if he can do that role there. Because I think he can. So, speaking of signing a centre-back, I think it would be foolish to not go out there and buy another centre-back now. Because already, I've been doing it in this video. Worried about Fofana. Worried about Bastoni Acl. Hato's very young. Vega's gone. Anselmino is being loaned. Tosin, Chalobah, Fofana, and Hato, Achampong. I still think if Chelsea want to compete this season at the top level, we might now have to go out and buy another centre-back, a top one. And whether or not that is, we've seen links to Atalanta, Scalvini. Obviously, everybody's pipe dream, been saying it, Bastoni. Don't think it's ever going to happen. But people are saying those kind of caliber names, those kind of caliber players. There's also Piero Hinchape, plays for Bayer Leverkusen. Left centre-back could be an option. There are players here that Chelsea could go for. But I also think it's very important here to caveat what we're talking about when it comes to Chelsea needing to sell players right now to make way for new signings. Those new signings being Alejandro Garnacho and Xavi Simons. And this is the latest here from David Ornstein regarding that. 5 hours ago, before the news about the anterior cruciate ligament injury, Chelsea have stepped up talks with Manchester United over deal to sign Garnacho. Clubs in touch on topic for some time and now advancing amid Benjamin Sesko joining MUFC. 21-year-old winger wants CFC or nothing and expects move to happen. Obviously, we're also still hearing Chelsea are in talks with Xavi Simons. We've not seen anything go down here. We've not seen any other club go in for Xavi Simons and kind of swoop in and take him from the clutches of Chelsea Football Club right now, kind of dangling that fish over the river a little bit. But that's not happened. So my concern here is based on all of these things that we're hearing about Chelsea need to sell before they can buy and register new players for UEFA and all of that stuff. If this is the case, then why on earth would we still prioritise Garnacho over another centre-back? Maybe Chelsea right now are going, and by the time you watch this video even, we might have actually gone and pivoted and gone and looked at more centre-backs in the market. We might try and move quickly. Or maybe we do what I said, which is back at Achampong for now. Don't rush this one and actually think and look about what we're going to do for a long-term position. Is it time to reinvest on a real big world-class player? Maybe it is. I genuinely think this is such a devastatingly dramatic loss for Chelsea because it's a spanner in the works, really. Colwill was so important, is so important to this Chelsea team, and you can't just go out there and directly replace a player like that right now. It's going to cost you an arm and a flipping leg. So, in my opinion, get Xavi Simons done because that was still a very important attacking signing that revolutionises that Chelsea front line. But it makes this guy seem even less like a priority right now. This is just my opinion, right? I've said all along, I'm not fully sold on this Garnacho transfer, but particularly now, where we are potentially being forced. I mean, we are being forced. There's no if, buts, or maybes about it. Maybe it's just the shock of hearing that he's probably out for the whole season. I'm like, bloody hell, what do we do? But now we are forced into the market to prioritize other players. And I'm going to say it here now. If it's about either spending 50 million on a centre-back that can actually help us challenge and potentially win a Premier League this season, or getting Garnacho in there, who probably will end up being third-choice left winger, just so that we can double the fee next year. If we spend 50 million on him, we ain't getting 100, mate. So you don't go and prioritise Garnacho now over signing another centre-back for me. That's the way I see it. That's what I think is going to happen. We've got other updates to go through here too, because when we talk about those Chelsea player sales, to enable us to bring players in, Jackson is done at Chelsea too. Nico Jackson will be one of the next big names to move in strikers dominoes. Same as in Nkunku, Chelsea and Jackson are set to part ways this summer. Plan clear since July on both club and player side. Newcastle, Spurs if Richarlison leaves, and Italian clubs have made contact. This genuinely might be the worst video I've made this summer. I hate this. Nicholas Jackson going to Tottenham Hotspur. Please. I don't want Jackson to go. I'm not going to change my mind on that right now because we might need money to buy another centre-back. I mean, look, if he goes to Spurs, it should be 195 million. Daniel Levy, just pay it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, what you on about? Just get your money for Richarlison. Give us 150 mil for Nicholas Jackson. Don't worry about it. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. I can't get my head over this flipping Levi Colwill news. I feel gutted for him personally. Gutted for the team right now. It's obviously horrible to see a player in the first training session get injured like that as well. It's not nice. But I think Chelsea here need to be smart. Chelsea here, if we're going to sell this man, right? And at the moment, the rumours are £80 million is what Chelsea are looking for. If we just bring up some more stuff here. CFC Pies tweeting about this earlier on today. But this was the latest. Chelsea will start from £80 million valuation for Nicholas Jackson. Let's see the bids. Newcastle interest, Spurs interest again. So 80 million quid. Will we get that? We might be able to get it now. If Newcastle sell Isak, Benjamin Sesko, here we go. He's already gone to Manchester United. Good signing for Man United. But Jackson, I think, would be a better signing for Newcastle than Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United. That's my thoughts on that. But look, I'm not going to overdo too much here on this video today because I'm just absolutely gutted for this bloke, man. Like, Levi Colwill, ACL injury. He's going to be out for the season, and I wish him the best of luck in his recovery. And I think this is a great tweet here from CFC Pies. Gutted. Huge, huge loss. Colwill was fantastic for the large part of last season and amazing in the Club World Cup. Huge decisions internally now. Going to be very hard to replace the ability of Colwill on the ball and defensively. You can't replace the intangibles that Colwill has when it comes to Chelsea as an academy player. This is why I want big depth this season. 60-plus games in one season is absurd. 3 weeks off and then expected to go again. Mental. Very well said there, CFC Pies. But it's true. The Club World Cup, I'm obviously delighted that we have won this, but again, it raises the inevitable question, and this is first-hand the suffering that will happen as a result of footballers not getting a flipping break. Too much football. And I know it's ironic, and I know I'm saying it with like this aggression behind my voice, because it's difficult, isn't it? Because I want to watch my team keep lifting trophies. Colwill wants to keep playing in World Cup finals and beating PSG, mate. But he also needs a rest. Footballers need a rest. Can we start by getting rid of pointless international Nations League crap so that we can actually have breaks maybe in the season for these players? No one cares about the Nations League. No one ever has. No one ever will. We got World Cups. We got Euros. We never needed anything more than that. Maybe if we do half of the international breaks that would have equated for Nations League or would have equated for friendlies and we just focus on the qualifying, maybe that's the break that we need. You know, I don't think we're ever going to see the Club World Cup disappear. I think it was a big success. Chelsea have won it. And one ACL injury isn't going to change that. It's the truth. It's a great tournament. It was brilliant. But anyway, going to wrap this video up here. Garnacho, I think we've got to think about that seriously now. Jackson's going to leave. To see how serious we take that money that we get in for him. Xavi Simons, still up in the air. And Colwill ACL. Gutted. I will speak to you guys in the watch-along later on today. There will be a watch-along here on GBFC for the Bayer Leverkusen friendly. I'm going to go live about 2 hours before kickoff so that we can go through all the news and just hang out. Chelsea are back. See you guys in the next one.